Hey Bentonville, welcome back to Inside Tiger Athletics presented by First National Bank. In case you forgot, I'm your host, Lydia Fielder. We hope you had a safe and enjoyable homecoming. We know the Tiger football team sure did, running over rival Rogers 35-14. I caught back up with Coach Grant, and here's what he had to say. All right, Coach, it's good to see you again, first of all. It's been a while. Can we talk about the homecoming game and what the atmosphere was like last week?
Yeah, unfortunately, our last 3 Friday night games, we've dealt with weather, and so that's affected the crowd a little bit, but I was pleased with the crowd. One of the cool things about that game Friday night was anytime you have a homecoming game, there's usually some sort of class reunion going on. And so there's always a section of people that don't normally come that came, and then we celebrated the 2008 state championship team on the homecoming game. So we had about 30 or 40 of those young men that were there. So that was neat, and it always creates a great atmosphere for us. As coaches, it was fun to see those guys, and I think anytime you have a homecoming game, it breaks up the normal routine, and so you have some kids that are out of school that day because they're dealing with that, and you have the ceremony and all that. But it was a great atmosphere, and the weather ended up cooperating, and I felt like the attendance was great.
Good. Now, talking about football play, what adjustments did you make after Fayetteville coming into this game?
Well, I think we felt like we played decent against Fayetteville, but we just didn't feel like it was our best effort, so we had to do some things. And we made some adjustments on the offensive line. We moved some people around, just trying to find the best 5. And, for the most part, we're just trying to continue to improve on what we're doing weekly and get better. And we felt like we've done that. I still don't feel like we're playing our best, cleanest football that we need to be playing in October. You got to win October to win this thing. And, so we've got to continue to work and improve in those areas, which is what we're trying to do as we speak.
Kind of continuing on that vein, Rogers scored the most points against this Tiger team during the regular conference season besides Fayetteville. And with the margin y'all have been winning by, did this make you nervous at all? Was the atmosphere in the stadium a little bit on edge?
Yeah, I think it was. I think one thing is I've told people all week is Rogers is way better than 1-6 or 1-7, whatever their record is, and it's hard to convince people of that. They've probably got the biggest offensive line in the conference, and what they do defensively is very unique in a sense of they're going to put as many as they can in the box and dare you to throw the football. We were comfortable to throw the football, but we weren't connecting on some of those, so we kind of tried to establish the run game with that box, and it wasn't working for us. They made some big plays, and I think a lot of the credit has to do with just kind of their scheme and some of the things they did, and I think they're better than their record indicates. And I think you'll see that. I think we saw it the week before when they played Springdale. They played them for 4 quarters, and it was a 10-point game, and actually Rogers had the lead late. And then you'll continue to see that as we watch Rogers continue throughout the rest of the year. I think they'll sneak up on some people. And so, we have to play better. We have to protect better and run the ball better and just do better as a whole. We had a coverage breakdown that's uncharacteristic for us, but those are all areas that we're continuing to try to improve in.
Well, let's talk about what's good about this Tiger team. What did you see that you liked?
Well, they never disappoint me in their effort and the way they play. Defensively, we are so fast and fly the football. Our tackling has improved. We still obviously have areas to improve in. I think our quarterback makes good decisions. Our guys just, I think more than anything, just their attention to detail in the special teams. I think we're really good in the special teams. I think it shows. I think our kids have completely bought into the value and importance of that. Not every program puts an emphasis on special teams like we do, and I appreciate the kids' attention to detail. And just, listen, we're going into week 9 here, and it's been a grind, and it's the time of year where kids are fatigued and their bodies are tired and coaches are tired, and these kids are still giving us everything that we ask them.
Good. Well, and you kind of said it. You're sitting on the top spot in the conference right now, which is right next to Bentonville West. What's the pressure like here to win out so that you're going into the state playoffs with that #1 seed?
Well, the pressure is significant. The expectations around here are to win, and I wouldn't want them any other way, but it is significant pressure. We try to deflect the pressure from the kids and try to take that on ourselves. I think that's the right thing to do. What we do here is just take it 1 week at a time. We try not to talk about next week, and the kids have understood that. If you don't win this week, next week doesn't become as valuable. And so we understand that this week we control our own destiny. We're at the top of the conference. As long as we keep winning, we put ourselves in position to go in with the #1 playoff seed. This week to me is good because if we win this week, it guarantees a bye in the playoffs, which is important. A bye is, basically they're giving you your first win in the playoffs, and we'll take it. So this week's important. Springdale's a good football team. They're 6-2. They're playing well, playing with a lot of confidence. Very impressed with them offensively. They're one of the top offensive units in the conference. And so they have our kids' attention right now.
At this point in the season, what's your comfort level on the road?
Oh, I'm comfortable with our kids on the road. I mean, I think we make a big deal about being at home just because our home field advantage over the years has been significant. But we play good on the road as well. And, Springdale's a fun environment to play at. And, just down the road, we'll have a good attendance there. I hope, our people will travel and come down there. It's too big of a game not to. And the fan base at Springdale will be there. So I think this is a big game within our conference. People want to talk about Week 10 and next week, but we'll talk about that after we take care of Week 9, and that's why I tell our kids our week. We're going to worry about 1 week at a time.
Well, there you go. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Hope you all have fun, too, because that is a good game. Springdale is always a good one.
Yeah, it's fun.
We head now to the center line where Bentonville High School is hosting the volleyball state tournament, which started Tuesday. The Tigers began the tourney with a bye and faced off in their first matchup against North Little Rock Wednesday. Students received a school business absence to attend the game with the parents' note. The championship match is set for 11 tomorrow morning at the Bank of Ozark Arena. Speaking of championships, congratulations are in order to the 6A West Cross Country Conference champions, your Tiger Boys cross country team. The Lady Tigers also have something to be proud of, with a runner-up finish to Rogers by less than a point in a tiebreaker. That's a wrap for today's show. Thanks for tuning in as always, and be sure to catch us back next week with more Inside Tiger Athletics. Have a great day.
You live. We put you first. Introducing You First Banking, only at First National Bank.